I started my e-commerce store, I had absolutely no idea how hard it would be to get people to my website, let alone convert them into buyers. And after many trials and errors and spending countless hours on social media thinking that would be my golden ticket, I soon realized something had to change. And that's when I invested in an email marketing course promising reliable revenue from email marketing. And that is when I fell in love with the tangible results I could see from sending out weekly emails. Hi, friends. Welcome back to the Inbox to Income podcast. My name is LIEZLE, and in this little corner of the internet, I share all things email marketing for e commerce. Spend less than 15 minutes with me each week, and I'll help you turn store browsers into loyal customers, all in the most cost effective way possible. Whether you're new to email marketing or just need a confidence boost, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. To kick things off, I'd like to share a quick success story from one of my clients. We just finished analyzing her 2024 results, and I'd say both her and I were extremely happy with the outcome. I've been working as her digital marketing director for around 16 months. And when we started, she had an email list of around 1,000 subscribers. By the end of this year, we grew that list to almost 7,000. And our goal for next year is 15. Here's what happened. We sent a total of 307,129 emails, which resulted in $28,148 in revenue. Given that the store had a total yearly revenue of $106,000, email marketing accounted for approximately 26.5% of her total revenue. I don't really care who says what, but this proves to me that email marketing is far from dead. And if we hadn't been consistent with email marketing, the store likely would have only made around $77,852. And I don't know about you, but an additional 28 grand is a lot of money, my friend. So today I'm going to break down how to approach your email marketing calendar so that you feel less overwhelmed and can free up not only time, but also some mental space. We'll cover everything from aligning your emails with business goals to leveraging seasonal trends, ensuring your email campaigns are both strategic and effective. As an e-commerce store owner, I know that you are juggling a million things. You've got a million things on your mind, and you're getting so much information on how to market your business. Your sales might be slow or drip and not consistent, and you're doing it all. You are marketing the business, you're doing the finances, you're packing orders, you're making the orders, you're buying inventory, and you've got so much going on. Missing a weekly email happens so easily. And there's nothing I hate more than waking up on Saturday realizing, oh my gosh, I didn't send that email this week. My biggest challenge was managing not only my own email marketing, but at one time, 4 different businesses marketing at the same time. So being consistent is an important part of any email marketing strategy. If you're not going to be consistent, it really doesn't matter what you do. So showing up every week is important. It builds trust with your audience because they know that you are going to show up when you say you're going to show up. Just popping in there every 3 months is not going to build any relationship with your audience. You're not going to be top of mind when they are ready to purchase from you. And they're probably going to send you to the junk folder because they're going to be like, who is this? We don't even remember. So being consistent really is important because of that trust it builds. And not only for your audience, but it's important for you to know you are doing all you can to market your business. Having that email marketing calendar really will reduce stress and improve the quality of your campaigns. Now, why do I say the quality? Because having the calendar, having the plan, knowing exactly what to write, and being strategic when you're creating your email marketing calendar ensures that you aren't just slapping something together and sending out information that really has no purpose. You have to have a clear purpose with every single email. There has to be a clear goal. And having the calendar helps you decide on those goals and helps you make sure that you are strategically approaching how to achieve that. One example of aligning a key business goal with your email campaigns is the email that I call the serve email. So every Tuesday, come hell or high water, we serve our audience. We don't ask for for any sales. We don't promote a product. We are just serving our future clients. So my client, her weekly content, or the way she serves, is by doing a weekly blog post. Now, in this blog post, she'll do tips. So we've decided on her 5 content pillars, and that 5 content pillars is what drives the topic of each blog topic. So every week she'll write something, and it will be tips or how-tos or just something fun happening in her life. Every Tuesday, we send out an email telling them about the latest blog post, giving a very short, intriguing paragraph or snippet of what they can expect if they read that blog. Now, this email really serves as the catalyst for building great email deliverability, building relationships, and getting your audience to know you and your business and the behind the scenes of your business a little bit more. So the click rates on these emails are generally extremely high. So they get opened by most of our audience. Our average open rate on them is around 60%. And the average click rate, I would say, is around 11% for 2024. So that is how you take one of your key business goals to build relationships and associate that with an email campaign. Next, the benefit of planning your promotions or launches well in advance. This is such a critical step that you have to be taking for your business. If you have a well planned out structure going into the year, it will be so much less stressful for you to make sure that you've got every single box ticked to make that launch or promotion a success. Now, we all know that when you're promoting or launching, just one type of marketing activity is not going to cut it. You have to have emails. You have to have social media posts. You have to do ads if you're doing ads. And everything needs to go together. Now, having this planned out in advance is really going to give you that peace, knowing that you have done all you can do. And that is going to make sure that you have solid data to go off of. Once you finish the promo and it was a success or a failure, you know exactly, like, I did everything I could. I sent out the emails, I did the social media, I did this, and it didn't work, or it did work. So I'll do it again in the future. Now let's discuss my process. I'm just going to give it to you straight, tell you what I do, and then you can take what you need from that. It's been working for me, for my clients, and this email marketing calendar has become the center of my clients' entire team. So all of them have this calendar open on their desktop because everything revolves around this calendar. Mostly because I start with the most important things. So I'll have my spreadsheet open. Yes, I'm a Google Sheets girl because I can change things around, I can copy it over, and it's a visual tool for me. Every month has its own sheet within the email marketing calendar. So the first thing I do is I sit down and I discuss with the client or myself, what is the biggest promotions? What is the launches that need to happen, the product launches, So you might say, okay, I know that May 1st, I'm getting a shipment in of new inventory for this new product line, and it will be ready to be sold by May 31st. Okay, so then you're going to put May 31st down on your calendar and say, okay, we are ready to launch this new product. So product launches are super important. They need to go in well in advance. And this is something you would probably know is going to happen. Then you're going to sit down and you're going to look at marketing events. So for us, Black Friday, Cyber Monday is the most important sales week of the year. So I map that out first. So I go to November, I highlight it and I say, okay, great. We do Black Friday, Cyber Monday. We've got a product launch in July, so that goes in. We do a Mother's Day promo because it's a gift, a giftable item. So Mother's Day is a big one for us. So I map out all those dates and then I look at it from a bird's eye view. Okay. The next thing is you want to make sure that you're doing a promo every 6 weeks. Unless it's your big promo, you want to do a small promo every 6 weeks. Now, this can be anything from a 72-hour flash sale to 20% off a specific collection or just a 50% discount on this product only. Whatever it is, you want to do promo for that cash influx every 6 weeks. If I see, okay, but the week before that 6 weeks, we're doing the Mother's Day promo, then I would ignore it. So you have like a week or 2 weeks leniency on either side of a promo, but you really don't want promos to be 2 weeks from each other. There's an exception when it comes to Black Friday, but that's something we'll discuss later. But basically, rule of thumb, 6 weeks between promos. Okay, so now you've got the promos. So you know you need to send an email every day of those promos. Okay, great. Now we're going to work in our weekly original content. So the blog or the YouTube video or the podcast episode, whatever you do, but we're going to work that into our promo calendar. So for us, it's every Tuesday. Just stay consistent. That's the most important. Try to do it in the beginning of the week so that you're serving first and then have an opportunity later in the week to do a product feature email. Okay, so then I'll add in, okay, blogs every Tuesday. So those are easy. I'm not going to write any topics yet. We'll go into the topics next week. So be sure to tune in because I'm going to go into detail about how I go about choosing the topics for my weekly original content. So that's what you're going to block out every Tuesday for an email. And that's going to be blog related or podcast related. And then except for when you're doing the promo sprints, every Saturday, you're going to do a product feature email. So this email goes to a warm audience. So anyone who has actually clicked on your email this week, viewed your email, read your email, or been on your website in this week, they're going to get the Saturday email where you're going to show them something specific about the product. It could be the best seller. It could be a product feature. It could be a product benefit, but this is going to be something related to your product. So I want you to start off with at least 2 emails a week. The serve email, the product feature email. Whatever days you do it. For us, it's Tuesdays and Saturdays. Come hell or high water, Tuesdays and Saturdays, we send out a campaign email. Now, in my spreadsheet, I also have a place where I track the open and click rates. So I'm a big fan of A/B testing everything. So I'm always either A/B testing subject lines 1 month, then I move on to A/B testing click-through rates. I have a spreadsheet where I have 6 columns where I'm tracking the click rates and open rates of all the emails I send. And then once a quarter, I look back on all the emails I sent this quarter and I highlight the ones with higher than normal open rates, higher than normal click rates. And I go look at those campaigns again and say, oh, that's why that worked. Oh, that was the result of that A/B test. And then I adjust my marketing calendar accordingly. So I'll do that at the end of every quarter. And I'll use those metrics to look at the calendar for the next quarter and say, you know what, that wasn't working really well during Q1. So let's adjust and let's rather replace that with that. So even though planning is really important, it's also important that you are able to be flexible, able to really look at the data and make decisions unemotionally, make decisions based on the numbers, because that is really going to compound and make sure that your email marketing strategy, looking back at the end of the year, is going to be like, wow, it really made a difference in my business. This work does affect your bottom line if you do it properly. And that I can promise you, because I've seen it time and time again. Making 28,000 extra is a lot for most of us starting out. The next thing I want to touch on, what this email marketing calendar will allow you to do, is it will allow you to batch your content in advance. So the first step in creating your email calendar is to really decide on what do you want to accomplish. And I know it's easy to say, I want sales. I know, we all want sales. There needs to be a well-rounded plan when it comes to that. You're not just going to get the sale from a first touch point. People need at least 8 to 20 touch points before they're ready to commit to a new company. So the first step is to really decide on your goals. List building should always be one of your main goals. You should constantly be bringing in fresh people into your list. Secondly, you need to be building relationships. The third thing is to get those sales. Deciding on your email frequency and themes is something that I want you to spend some time on. Sending 1 to 2 emails a week is a really good starting point, and it is sufficient. I want you to test out and decide on that email frequency. Next, the tools and resources that I use to plan out the entire marketing campaign is obviously Klaviyo. Klaviyo's automations feature, the flows, are so incredibly powerful. And it's a set and forget thing, which I know you could use more of. So check out Klaviyo. The link is in the show notes for you. It's also really easy to switch over from your current email marketing service provider if you feel like that's necessary, but I really highly recommend Klaviyo. The other thing I use is my Google Sheets. So it's free, which is always a win. And that's what I use to plan out all my email campaigns in the spreadsheet, keep track of the click and open rates. And then it's really just easy to flip between the two. And then, of course, we are writing our weekly blogs on Shopify or whatever host you're using. In order to batch my content in advance, I like working a month in advance to 8 weeks in advance. My topics definitely need to be decided 8 weeks in advance, because that gives the person doing the weekly original content enough time to really get those things together. You might need 2 to 3 days within a month to really batch out 4 weeks of emails in advance. And then once they're batched, you know they're done. And you don't have to stress about that, and you can move on to making sure that you're there for customer support, for creating the orders and sending them out. And as I mentioned, every quarter we review all the emails from the quarter. We look at what our audience really responded to, and we do more of that in the next quarter. Then we'll change our strategy up if needed, or keep everything as planned. So one thing that you can do today to get started is just open up a Google Sheet or download my template that I'll link for you below, and then go into your calendar and start jotting down all the promotions you've got planned for the year. Start with Black Friday, because we're all doing it, and it's a great place to start, and work your way back all the way to January. I'll link all my resources below for you that I think you might find helpful, including a subject line guide that could also help you decide on the type of content that you want to send out. If you found this episode helpful or you have any questions for me, please just drop the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Or click on one of the links that will take you through to my website where you can download all my free resources and really get into action. My friend, email marketing is not dead. And you can look back on this year and say, man, I made $28,000 from email alone. I don't think any of us can say that about social media. Good luck. I'm rooting for you. And I cannot wait to see you next week to dive deep into how I decide on the blog topics. Bye, my friend. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips to grow your e-commerce business and simplify your marketing. And if you're ready to dive deeper, remember to grab the free guide and check out these videos next.